Hey everyone, Engineered Coffee. Welcome back to Mars. Last episode we built this drone to ferry material back from our excavator back here to base. Before we get started, there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. I redid these lights here. Somebody in the comments, hopefully I can post their name up here if I don't forget during editing. Replacing the lights we had with these inset lights, which I thought was a great idea. So I went ahead and did that, and I also put these pipeworks in. So it looks pretty cool for the underside as well. I also took that inset light and put it here around our connector instead of the lights that were poking out. Hopefully that will help with docking. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I put Clang here on the side. This is also available on the workshop for those that didn't know. So you can find it on the workshop. I put Clang on both sides, one with a K, one with a C, so I either made everybody mad or everybody happy. Depending on what camp you're in. And then let's see, what else? Somebody pointed out that this up here is wrong, and it totally is. This, blast door is pointing that direction, and this one is pointing backwards, which is definitely bugging me, so that would need to be removed. That said, though, I've been looking at this drone, and it's too long. I really want it to fit within a 3x3 block, so you can see how, far the front and the back extend. So I think we need to redo this, and I think the way that I want to do that is put the batteries here on the side. I'm going to grind these ones off too so I can get access to the cargo without having to try to pinhole between those two. I think if we put our battery here on the side, like a saddlebag, yeah, like this, and like this, we can shrink up, we can, pretty much grind this whole section off, suck that in, and suck that one in as well. So let me go ahead and get a little grinding montage done. Let's get some of this stuff torn down and rebuild it. Really. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, so I got that all pretty much ground down. I know I could have cut it off precisely and try to get like a merge block thing, but without having a drone to move these parts onto the drone, it would be pretty difficult. So I think it'd be just faster to just start over and re-weld. So first off, I want to start working on the thrusters. I think we need the side thrusters. Let's go ahead and find them in here in our toolbar. There we go. I think we can go ahead and get 4 on here. I wonder if we do these round ones, then it doesn't look too connected. Put 2 here like this, and maybe 2 up top. Okay. Like so. And then here in the middle we could do, somebody had suggested on the top, replacing these orange ones with beam blocks, which I thought was a good idea. So maybe we have that same thing down here. Where is it? This angled one, maybe? Do like a beam end, maybe? Would work better? Not really liking either of those. Let's do this. I like the angle in. Yeah, I think that looks good. Up here on the top, I know we're going to need a couple event controllers. Let's get those going. What do those take to place? Interior blocks, okay. Get some interior. Sure. Let's get some of those. Okay. Yeah, so we need an event controller. We need 2 of them. One for docking to the excavator, and then one to dock to the base here. So let's just let's go with some symmetry here, and then I need 4 timers as well for that same docking. Yeah, I actually like those little light strips there. Yeah, that'll work. So let's get those welded up real quick before we potentially cover them up with some armor plates. And then, yeah, let's grind these guys off and put on the beam blocks. Did I grind anything else away that I didn't need to? A little bit. Okay. Yeah, this one here. Here. Then I'm thinking we can go out like this. Oops. Turn the light on just in case. That helps us see a little bit better. Let's do one more and then do the little short guy. Where is it? It's right there. Yeah, that looks much better. It looks like that corner is actually connecting to the battery rather than like in this weird middle part. Now, I think I got a better idea here. Let's take that off. Leave that one. Let's get back to our thrusters. Let's do these ones instead. Full block, and then we can do our half beam blocks again with that. They'll kind of tie in with this same support structure here for the battery. Let's go ahead and just work on the front side. Let's get a block here. Let's see, what do we have last time? We had this. Let's get some control stuff here. At our programmable blocks, our AI stuff, our antennas, and then, yeah, the programmable block has the, never remember the name of this, action relay. I think we had the action relay there, and then the beacon was on top of it here. Okay, why does it keep leaving me here? Let's just put a block temporarily for now. I mean, that works. It's sticking just perfectly. That let's redo this a little bit. Let's do the beacon here. And then on top of it, let's do, yeah, we need the AI flight move because we took that off. There. And then in front of it would be the, you know, actually I want to do this a little bit different. Last time we had that remote control, but it kind of has that weird angle, so I think I want to put the remote control there. And then we can put the action relay on top of it. It's just as bad. It's got that angle piece.
Energy low.
Whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. And then we'll put the flight move here. And then the camera on the front of it. I think the cameras are in with the remote controls. They are. Like that. I was hoping the camera would just look a little bit better hanging off the front of this block rather than the remote control. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. And then behind it, what do we need? Do we need another timer maybe? Oh, I do want to have a broadcast. One of these broadcast controllers. I guess it doesn't really matter which way it's pointing. Hopefully it'll be armored around. Because I kind of want the drone to tell us when it's, you know, dropping off or filling up. Be kind of cool. Yeah. I think that works. Go ahead and take that off, and then we can armor around. So let me get some energy, and then we'll start working on the front armoring. Alright, got some energy, and then I got these blocks here on our toolbar. I also got the other thrusters done on this side. So let's go ahead and work on the armor on the front here. I think for this section I want to put, yeah, this one on. I think I want to keep the black, base around, but that will kind of block up that angle. Yeah, that looks good. And then here on the front, like that. I think that sticks out too far. So maybe we do this one. And then now it'd still be nice to curve it. I think there's a curve in this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, that'll look good. I think here we'll transition back to orange, so this will be orange. We'll just fill that with a block for now. Maybe we can put an LCD or something else at some point. And then do we have it curve back? No, let's have it curve there. Yeah, I think that looks much better, this block here rather than the remote control. That angle you can barely see back there. Question is, do we paint it orange? Yeah. I think the camera is still better in black. But yeah, let's keep that in orange. And up here on the top, I guess just this one would work. And do we do that, or do we do that one? Yeah, I think that one makes more sense. I forgot to block. Step back and look at that. Yeah, I think that looks a lot nicer. Forgot another block. Come on, can I get in there? Yeah, and it definitely, fits within the 3x3, so that's good. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And let's go ahead to the back side here. Do the same thing, basically. This one? The black. Let's see, and then we use that little short piece here. Sure. Just blocks for now. We do need to get our gyroscope. Let's go ahead and get that going. Cool. Again, we want to transition to orange. Let's just go straight up, or should we do that slope? Oh, there is this one too. Oh, not that one. Yeah, do we want to do this up slope like we have on the front? Probably not. It's probably unnecessary. Let's just shrink it as small as possible. Something like that. Anything I want to put in here? Maybe a timer. I think I may need another timer for telling the excavator, so the excavator can broadcast over here and tell this thing to stop doing its collection routine. I don't really know if that has a front. That doesn't really matter. We're going to hide it in there anyway. I know I used sci-fi on the other ones, but they were more visible. This will be completely hidden. We'll deal with that. Let's see, and then this one was... that'll be that. Here. Gotta be a transition piece we can use. Nope. I think I'm on the wrong one. Yeah, I think that's the one we want because we have... yeah, have slopes on that one. Yeah, that'll work good. That one. There we go. I think that is a good retrofit. It's contained within. We've got our remote control block. We've got our AI move block, our gyroscope. I think we got everything that we were missing. I mean, I know we had a lot more back space over here, but we filled up this area with timers and event controllers. And then we've always got those blocks underneath there that we could do something with. Yeah, I'm going to call this. Let's go ahead. I'll get some energy, and we'll come back and work on the control side. Alright, I got my energy recharged. I did put a white stripe here on the drone. I think it looks a lot better, kind of completes it out. We did get rid of the Kermit eyes, or somebody else said it looked like a mouse or a rat. So we did get rid of those. So not sure what it looks like now, but if you get any naming suggestions, let me know. I did put a control panel up here on the top. That was a suggestion by somebody. I'll try to post their name up here as well, which is a great idea. So I put it up here on the top so we can ride this thing around if we need to. I also went in and renamed a lot of the stuff here so we can start getting to programming or controlling it. So I think the first thing we want to do is set up like just the normal drone path back and forth. So I think let's do our AI flight recorders first. Let's go ahead and get in here to the remote control. We'll go ahead and control, and then let's put on our toolbar. We'll do the AI flight recorder. Let's do the go to miner. Just add that waypoint, and then let's do the go to base over here, add waypoint. And then I think I have my batteries on recharge. I do. Okay, switch that to auto. We'll unpark, and we can fly around. Let's see. So we want it to do our first waypoint. Let's set it off to the side. Actually, let's make sure first that we have our go to miner. We have the beacon on here. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that should be fine. And let's just come to the side of it. 40 meters is what I was thinking. Did some testing a little bit earlier. Let's go a little bit 45. I want to be above the wind turbines is the goal. So let's go here. Let's record that one task. And let's come in a little bit closer. Let's see, can I get a good view? I can. We'll set it above the excavator a little bit back. That should work. Let's go down a little bit. Still want to be above like the arm. There we go. Record another one. Now we can come down and dock in. Okay, let's get it all equalized. Then we'll park it, unpark it, drive down, hit that again. That should be all the waypoints there. And then let's go back into a better view here. Let's fly back to the base, and let's set up its waypoints. Again, we'll come over here. I want to be above and kind of behind the wind turbines. So when it's coming in, it's not going to hit them. That feels good. We'll do number 3, add a waypoint. We'll come in a little bit closer. Sure. We can go down a little bit more, right? Yeah, we can go down. Add another waypoint, and then let's go into the base. I guess I should have been more directly above it, but that's fine. And then let's park again. Drive it down. Oops. I didn't unpark, did I? Unpark. Drive it down. and press number 3. Actually, while we're here, let's just go ahead and park it and set our batteries to recharge. And then our thrusters, we should have a thruster group as well. We'll turn those off. So this will be the steady state when it's docked to our base. I did change the base a little bit. I put a sorter underneath here with a collect all. Actually, did I set the sorter up? I don't think I actually did. Yeah, this will be the outpost. Sorter. We want drain all. That way it'll take everything out of that drone. Eventually we'll actually have to have like a pad dedicated to the drone, but for now this is all we have for a flying craft, so it'll work. Yeah, so we'll set up the event controllers now, maybe? Let's do event controllers. First one is going to be full. Go empty. Go empty. Next one is going to be empty. Go fill. Okay, so when it's full, this is where we want cargo filled equal to or greater than 95%. Let's do both of our little cargoes. Do an and block. And then this one is going to be cargo filled, but equal to or less than 5% for both cargo containers. The blocks, and then I've noticed like it's supposed to have like an output, but I noticed I have to like turn these off and turn them back on for it to actually register, which is weird. But whatever, we got it done now. Let's see, we got our AI flight record done. So they go to base. Let's see, waypoint 1 here, we want to set up an action to turn collision off. Collision avoidance off. We want to do the same thing on this one for waypoint 1. Set up actions. Collision avoidance off. Okay. And then waypoint 3, this is where we want our timers. So let's go ahead and set up our timers first. Let's get them named. Ooh. So timer 1, this is going to be undock from base. Timer 2 is going to be dock to miner. Timer 3 is going to be undock from miner. And finally, timer 4 will be dock to base. Okay, so when we undock from the base, let's go back to our, since we got them named, let's go back to our AI flight recorder since we've got them. So when we tell it to go to the base, when it gets there at waypoint 3, we want to set up an action of docking to the base. We're going to go ahead and do a start instead of a trigger now. And then on the go to miner, when it gets there at waypoint 3, we want to set up its action to dock to miner. Start. And then we can go back into the timers now. For the dock to base, we want at 2 seconds, as well as the dock to miner. This way, basically, it gives the connector that time to kind of balance out and wiggle before it finally locks the connector. Okay, let's go back into our timers. Okay, so undock from the base. Let's go ahead and set these up. I don't think we need to worry about these, because these will be triggered by the event controller. So when it's empty, to go fill, this is when we want it to say empty, go fill. It needs to undock from the base. We're going to do a trigger now. And when it's full, so it's on the excavator, it's full, it needs to go empty, it needs to undock from the miner. There we go, undock from miner, trigger now. Okay, now finally we can set up the actual timers. So when it undocks from the base, I've got a little cheat sheet here in front of me. For its actions, we want to turn our battery recharge on off. I really wish this could be like explicit, but they only have recharge on off instead of, you know, dedicated one for on, one for off. So I have to worry about where it is, what state it is before. That's a little annoying. We want to turn our flight collision or our collision avoidance on. That way, like when it goes away from the base, it tries to avoid things. We need to turn our thrusters back on. We need to run the go to miner. Not record, we want play. And then finally we undock. Or unlock the connector. And that should be that. Let's see, dock to the miner. So when we get there, we want to lock the connector. We want to turn off our thrusters. I'm not going to do the recharge of the battery because I don't want to steal power from our excavator, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to turn our thrusters off, and then we're going to turn our collector, or our connector, to collect all. Okay. And then we're going to undock from that miner. Go set up its actions. We want to turn our collision avoidance back on. And then we want to turn our thrusters on. And we also want to turn our collector collect all on off. And then we want to finally, oh no, we want to undock here. We want to do the go to base. Play. Did I do this one right? Undock from the base. I did go to miner, right? Yes, okay. I just feel like when I grabbed it, it was wrong. Okay, that's set up, that's set up, that's set up. Dock to the base is the last one. Set up its actions. All we want to do is connect the connector. We shouldn't have to worry about collect all because it's using the sorter underneath the base there to suck it all out. Thruster group needs to be off. And then we set our batteries to recharge. And that should be it. That should be it that we do there. Let's see. I do have the thrusters off and I have the battery on recharge, so it's in its default state when it's docked. The next thing I wanted to do was the broadcast controller. We have one in here. We're going to set up some messages. We're going to say, going to get ores. Dropping off ores. Then I want a third one here for staying home. Okay, so then when let's go back into our timers. We want the undock from the base. We want another action in here with the broadcast controller. Where is it? There it is. So when it undocks, it's saying it's going to go get ores, so we're going to play message 1.
Flow.
And when it undocks from the miner, going to play message 2. And then we'll have another one for message 3 when we get there. That'll be actually in our action relay. Here on this action relay, we want to set up the action of timer. Where's the timer? Undock from the base. We want this timer to be turned off. And then we're going to play the message staying home, which is message 3. So basically it'll turn that undock from the base. So what I want to do is send an action relay from the excavator back here to the drone to say, hey, don't come back. So then when it docks up here, it drops off all of its material, that timer won't get triggered and run. So then when we want it to come to us, we're going to need another signal for it to come and get us. So that's where I want to set this one up. So we're going to set this one to channel 11. And this one, we're going to turn that undock from base back on. We're going to trigger it. And then we're going to send the message. Oh no, we don't need to send the message because the timer already has the message that says coming to get ores, so it will trigger that already. I think that's all we need. And basically why I did this on this action relay is so that this guy's docked to the base. So when we send that signal to run that timer, it doesn't toggle the recharge the batteries, because if it's in the air, it'll just drop out of the sky. So we don't want that. We only want it to come get ores when it is docked, and then we won't get the message because it's coming out of the broadcast controller on the drone. This action relay won't actually send anything to the timer, so we won't get the message, so that'll be good. I think that's everything there. Okay, now let's set up the excavator to actually call the drone over here. So just here on the toolbar, all we need to do is the action relay. I'm going to do this one as set channel to 11. That's for our outpost, so we just need to say get ores. That'll be number 11. I'm going to skip one, and then this one is going to be set channel to 10, which is the drone. And that's going to be our stay home. And that's the one that turns off that timer block. And then I'll put another one here, but we've got to wait for the drone to dock. Let's go ahead and do that. Should be, oops, that's the wrong X. Should be it. So let's go ahead and hit number 5 and get the drone to actually come over here. Okay, like that's working. Going to get ores. Perfect. Let's go ahead and wait for that guy to come over. Let's see if it docks up properly. Okay, it docked up nicely. Let's go ahead and get some ore going into the cargo containers. See if it actually is going to transfer properly. Should have the collect all on. That's probably enough. I don't know if I want to fill it all the way up, that it goes off automatically. Because the other thing I wanted to do was, let's go to page 2 here. In this empty spot, I want to put in the timer undock from miner. And we're just going to do a trigger now. That way we can... So 5 is come get the ores, 6 is to go drop off the ores, and then 7 will be to stay home. So this way, if we're, you know, mining like this, and it's not going to fill up the drone completely, we can still send it home. So that's what that should do. Now let's check. I guess I didn't need to get out for this. Check our cargo. It's in the connector. I don't know why I have components in there. It's in our cargo and not in the drone's cargo, though. Okay, well, let's test the send it home command. So let's go ahead and get our view better. Let's go ahead and hit number 6 to go home. Okay, that's good. And then hit number 7 to stay home. When it gets there, it just stays locked. Let's just ride this guy back. Yeah, the timer's off, so that part worked. That when it gets docked up, it should just stay there. So I guess we'll test if it docks up to the base properly, and then we will retrofit this thing with some sorters. That's gonna be fun. I think we have some space under here. We'll have to see. Alright, looks like it's coming in for a landing. Let's go ahead and drop off. Okay. And everything should be out of it. Yeah, it looks like it's already transferred over here. That's not that much material. Okay, guess we need to retrofit this guy. Let's see if we can put some sorters in. Oops, that's probably fine. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that's right, we put our flight recorders there. I don't really want to undo those. What else we got? Got those little blank spots there. Can I get access to them? Oh, I didn't put the conveyor ports there. They're underneath those. Let's at least drill this guy out and get the conveyor. So we're probably gonna need that conveyor. We need to put our conveyors back, and then we need the small sorters. Not the large one. Okay, at least put this converter back. Flip it over, and then we'll rotate it at least so we can see that portion there. Let's paint it yellow. Okay, and then we need some sorters to suck the material out. Oh, yeah, that's not... we only have one. I think we need two, though, because we need one up and one down. Should be ideal right there and there, but we have our recorder. What are these? Event controllers? That's just filled up. Yeah, what does our event controllers do? It's not really that complicated, right? Full, go empty. It's just the cargo, and then... yeah, everything's on the timer. Those we can move easier, so let's go ahead and just grind those out. And we can put them in this one. That'll be fine. That'll be our two event controllers, and then we'll worry about sorters here. So, suck it up, and then push it back down. Let's go ahead and just put another one up here. Yeah, let's get those welded up before we cover them up. And then I'll cover in the conveyors and put the caps back on and the event controllers. So let me get all the parts, and we'll come back. Okay, got all that cleaned up and got the event controllers set up. Let's go ahead and set up our timers. So we need to have when we dock to the base, we need to set up more actions. We need to turn on, let's find our sorters. We need to have our sorters in, turn off. And then our sorter out, turn on. So I need to go in there and turn those off right now, actually, because we are docked to the base. No, that's not the timer, it's the sorter. These two should be off. And then when we get to the miner, when we dock to the miner, this is where we want to set up the actions of turning on the two that are coming in. Probably could have grouped these, but that's fine. And then turning off the one going out. That way it doesn't go in a circle. That should do it. Hopefully we're done modifying this thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the excavator and test this out. Okay, so I dug a lot more of the boulder out. I got the inventory full, and I moved it to the other side to make sure the beacon is being used correctly. It looks like it is, so it's going to dock up nicely and screw up my view, so that's fun. Come on, let me out. Okay, that's connected. Now, are we filling? Let's go ahead and just ride this guy back. Our inventory. It's in our connector. Is it in our cargo, though? Sorter, cargo. No. What's going on here? Sorters? Oh, I didn't put drain all on. That would be why. They're on, but I didn't do drain all. And that one's off. So that's totally fine. So now, we should be getting stuff into our cargo containers. Yes. It's not the fastest thing in the world, so I guess it'll be sitting here for a bit. Large connectors probably would have been a better option for this drone, but that would have made it a lot larger. Yeah, I still like it. That's okay. We can live with that. In theory, it should be coming to get us well before we get our entire system full here. Okay, well, I'll watch this for a little bit and make sure it returns to base, empties off, and then comes back. Alright, well, it successfully dropped off material back at the base, and now it is loading up its second round here. That was pretty successful. A little bit of modifications, obviously, to the sorters, and then we redid the body of the drone. Next episode, I think we need to get more into the defensive side. There is been quite a bit of assert activity around here, and I think we're just kind of tempting fate. So, probably take the excavator, and well, there it goes off automatically. Get the excavator and get some magnesium so we can get some defenses going. So, we'll call this an episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.